Okay, today we are going to create word art using the word art tool in Google Slides, and we're going to put it on top of a plain background with a couple call out shapes. So I'm going to show you how to do this from the beginning. So at this point, I need to add a slide. To add a slide, I always put my cursor right in between the two slides here, then I press the plus sign, and now I have a new slide. See my four arrows that are showing over when I hover over the lines? That's showing that I'm selecting the text box, and now I'm going to press the delete or backspace button on my keyboard to get rid of it. I'm going to do it again. There's my four arrows. I'm going to touch the left side of my mouse. Then I'm going to press the backspace button to get rid of that. All right, so now I have a blank screen here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with adding a background. We're just going to use the background button this time instead of shapes. So we're going to go ahead and do the change background, and I'm just going to select a color, and I'm going to select yellow. It's going to be a very bright background. We're going to have a little bit of a pop art look to this uh, slide. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a callout shape, and that's using the same shape button, either shape here or insert shape right up here. Then we're going to go shape, but then we're going to select the word callouts. These are these kind of explosions that um, look like cartoons. I'm going to touch the left side of my mouse and drag it to the right side, and that's going to create a big box and a callout shape. We always know we're in the shape when we see the blue box around the shape itself. Now I'm going to change the color of the shape by touching the fill color. Again, I will only see the fill color when I'm in the shape. See, there's no blue box. I don't see the fill color. I have to touch the screen. I see the blue box around, and now I can select my fill color. I'm going to select um, gradient here so I can get a little bit of a gradual change. So there's a gradient. All right, now I'm going to add another one. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. It's the same shape tool, shapes. I'm going to go ahead and select callouts. I'm going to select a different callout. I'm going to touch the screen with my left mouse, and now I'm going to drag it to the side, and now I have a second one. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of that callout, and I think I'll use a solid color this time, and I will use green. So that will look like contrasting colors, red and green with an incredible yellow background. Now I'm going to add my word art. Now we could use just adding a text box, but I'm going to show you a new trick today, and that's using the insert button up here. Touch insert, and I'm going to select word art. This opens a whole program that's a little bit easier to manipulate our artwork with. So I want you to choose a simple word like wow, or cool, or new, or hot, one of those words. I just typed them out for you, but I'm going to stick with wow now. I'm going to do a capital and an exclamation point. And it says use enter to save. So I'm going to press enter, and now it comes up. So the first thing I need to do is I need to change the color so I can see it. So let's go ahead and make it turquoise. All right, so you can see here, looks a little bit different than mine. I'm going to go ahead and if we look at this and see what's actually different, we have a drop shadow, we have a border, and some other things. So I'm going to start by going ahead, and if I touch the red one in the background, I'm working on the back shape now. So I'm going to change the border color there. I'm going to put a purple border color, and see now it's got a border. I can make it a little bit fatter. I can go to 4. And now I've got an outline there. I can do the same thing. I touch the green shape, and now I see the green box up. I can go ahead up here and change the border color, and I can make that one a hot pink, and I can make it also a little bit fatter. And now I've got my word, wow. So the first thing I want to do is I think I will change the typeface. So see, I've got my blue box around here, and right here is the word Arial. And if you aren't seeing this toolbar, you might need to touch this little arrow right over here. See, it hides the menus, and now it comes back up. So you should see your typeface, the name of your font right here, and that one's Arial. I still have my blue box open, so I'm going to go ahead and touch the font, and I'm going to select permanent marker. See how I changed the look of the type? The next thing I want to do is I want to go up into Format here, and I still have my blue box up, so I'm going to go to Format and do Format Options, and look what comes up over here. Size and rotation, position, drop shadow. So I can make my word bigger or smaller here by just touching the numbers. So maybe I want to fit it right inside of my blowout box there. And I could make it taller if I want, or shorter. And if I wanted to keep its own proportion, I would press this lock aspect ratio. When I do that, two sizes will change at the same time, the width and the height. Okay, so I want to center that right inside of my call out there. I think I'll reduce it just a little bit down so it fits right inside of there. And now this says rotate. I can change the angle and see the little degree mark there. I'm just going to turn the angle here and rotate it. I could reposition it using this, which I'm not going to do, but now I'm going to just go ahead and put the drop shadow in. The drop shadow, this is another way to do the drop shadow. I showed you one way before a long time ago. I'm going to go ahead and choose a dark purple, and we can't really see it. It's just barely there. So what we have to do is move the distance out, and now it shows up. Look at that. And I can move the angle left or right, up or down. And the blur radius is just saying how bright or how solid or dark it's, or solid or crisp edges. So we're going to have it a little bit blurry. I'm going to do the same thing with my other shapes. I'm going to go ahead and add a drop shadow to them. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of those to that same purple. And I'm going to move the distance over. So see, now I have this second call out. The first call out has a drop shadow. And now I'm going to touch the back one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a drop shadow to the back one. And now all three of them have a drop shadow. The last thing I'm going to do is put the outline on the type. So I'm going to touch the wow type. I'm going to touch the border color. And I think what I'll do is put some really intense color on there. Maybe I'll try orange. No, I'll try yellow. And I'm going to make it a little bit wider. So there we have it. There's my word art for today. So when you're done with your word art, go back to the Google Classroom and press the Turn In button. Your assignment is due at the end of class.